Well, anybody that's following along my channel and knows anything about this website that I'm working on, still in beta stage. To just introduce briefly what it is I'm doing for any newcomers. Kind of seeing a few problems in our globe, and one of the things I personally think we need to do is find some kind of direction out of here. And what I'm hearing is a lot of experts have a lot of great ideas, and nobody's listening to us little people. So I'm creating this website, The People's Voice, that I'm trying to design it in a way where everybody can get heard and problems can actually get solved, and we can kind of try and find a path. It's still in beta stage, and I suck at programming, but I'm just doing the best I can with what I've got. Anybody else that wants to help out, please show up. This is free. Lots to offer in it if anybody wants to. It's got to be like if you're bitching about something, it's like here's a place to bitch. That's not like on a post board where you're going to get lost in a bunch of drama. It's sort of more specific, but you still get to make your point. So anyways, if anybody wants to help me in this beta stage, this video is going to be attached to the page where your account's going to be set on. So what I'd like you to do is, if you have any problems, just post them in this video, and that way I can, just get on the page and I can click onto that video, and then it'll lead me to all the work throughs I need to do. So it'll help me kind of organize where all the problems are. So if you have any problems starting an account, I'd like to know about it. You can go into the register your name, and it's just to keep track on your voting, so that, and yeah, you can have 1,000,001 accounts, but it won't really matter in the long run the way it's going to be done down the road. But it's got to start off with people registering, and then to register it's going to have an email that'll send to you. It'll probably be in your spam folder. Click on the link and it will confirm at least that you have an email account, that you're somewhat human and you're one of you. But then you're going to have to log on and then go to my account, and then there's some bogus questions. Don't worry about the questions. You can answer yes or no. It's not going to mean anything at this point in the game, because they will all be deleted until the system is actually working. But the goal is to get good at asking questions. We're really good at pushing ideas, but we suck at asking questions. And I've always found out that I gain an awful lot of knowledge of what's going on when I know how to ask a good question. And also I find people tend to have to find the answers to something if they're forced to answer a good question. So if you get really good at trying to get somebody to understand your perspective by asking a question to make them see your point of view, then it's much faster to sort of wake people up. So it's more of a matter of you got to get good at asking your questions. Now, I don't want to be the one that's asking all these questions, so that's coming down the line too. But what we need to do is see that the functioning is you can get a question asked up. There's supposed to be only 5, so if more than that shows up, or more than what's asked, I'm pretty sure there's 5. If more than that shows up, you need to know about it. Then go to edit answers, because that's where I eventually want to show the statistics of how our mindset is. So I believe that we will eventually change our answers to some of these questions the more information we gather. So you want to be able to go in there and change your answers. So I want to know if that part is working. So if anybody can just sort of beta test it and see if you can change your answers back and forth, log in, log out. When you log in, it should have a welcome with your username on there, and then every other page will have it in red, so you'll know that you're logged in to the system. And when you're logged out, that will go away. Your username should go away. So that was one of the problems, is people weren't being able to know whether they were logged in or not. Nothing was telling them. So that was one little bug. Now, it ain't nothing fancy. Gotta get rid of, give some messages and tell you where you're doing. But any problems you have, if you can put it on the bottom of this particular video, I'm right into working on the functioning of this, your account, and what you can do with it. The next phase that I'm working on is submitting questions, and then it will be rating questions. So it's like every day we can ask a question, but we're going to only have a set amount, like the top 10. If everybody's in agreement of how much time you want to take per day answering questions, it's got to be a little bit of a small amount of questions. So it's like the best questions need to get asked first. So if a lot of people participate in it, then it's got to be a functioning where you ask your questions and then people vote on what's the top 10 question you'd like answered that day. And then those questions get posted, and then people answer it, and then we'll give out the statistical data on that one. So that's just the stage I'm at next, is everybody suggesting a question and then voting on a question, and then the questions will come up. I don't think that anything will be functioning on it until I get to a stage where I can formulate the statistics of the answers. That's going to be the next stage after asking questions is tested. Then we'll go into, can we get the right statistics display. And it'd be kind of cool if we can separate it in countries, because I think our cultures think differently, and our cultures are found differently within our countries. But there's cultures even within our country, so it'll be kind of good to see how we all think. Like, maybe both sides of war actually want peace, and we don't know it until we see the statistical data that, hey, the majority of the population in this area want to put down their guns, and the majority of people in this area want to put down their guns. Then statistically we'll know that everybody wants to put their guns down, and then maybe we can just put our guns down and stop fighting. It's not as simple as that, I understand, but it's a beginning, and I don't see anybody else doing anything else, that you can't get lost in the chaos. And I'm trying to do this in a way that doesn't create any chaos, but gives you truth right away. Because truth is ultimately going to be what we believe in. And when we all get on the same page of something that we all believe in, then we're going to be headed in a better direction, I think. If you tend to have the same mindset as me, and you want to kind of support a system like this, yeah, this is a free system, and I'm working my friggin' butt off trying to do it. So yeah, that's why I'm asking. If anybody can afford to make a donation, great. If you can't afford to, don't bother. This is a free system. This should be done, in support with those that still have. If they're kind of waking up to a few problems, you need to realize that saving for a rainy day, you're going to lose all your money anyway. So it's like, I'd be spending your money now for that rainy day and spend it on some kind of solution. This may not be the solution you would invest in. Then don't invest. Use your self-control with something that makes logical sense to you. Just about every nonprofit I see, I can see a flaw in it, and there's cost-effective rules where most solutions today benefit only the selected few and not the whole, which is the same problem all over again. And right now I think we're at a stage where everybody at the bottom, the people that are in third world countries that don't have access to the internet to even ask a question, they would like a say right now. If we're going to make a big shift and try and solve all problems, then I think they might want to be included in that as well. So that's where I'm kind of looking at, is most nonprofits, most solutions I'm seeing don't include the whole. And what I'm trying to do involves the whole. And even those that don't have a say, it will affect, because some of us are poor right now, and we are on the bottom welfare system, who, I challenge anybody who wants to say I'm lazy and stupid and don't want to work, because I'm up early every day doing an awful lot of work. You may perceive this as a hobby. I see it as a lot of work, no different than a motivational speaker. I just don't charge for what I'm doing because I happen to think that it's a wrong thing to be doing. I'm not claiming to have all the answers, while some people will claim to have all the answers when they don't, and charge you a lot of money and make you think you got all the answers from spending the money and listening to what he's got to say. I think that's wrong. So it doesn't mean that the amount of effort I put into my day is any less more valuable than what, Tony Robbins would put in his day. I just choose to do it more logically. And at the same time, I get up every day and work. How you want to perceive whether I work or not is your business. And that is probably your social problem that you're dealing with and wonder why everything's collapsing. Because you can't see somebody working and seeing the value in the work that they do. Again, this is a free system. This isn't about anybody that's living in any kind of hardship like me, because if I ran across somebody like me, I wouldn't even have any money to put towards that, supporting them. But I would get involved, and I would test out the system. That is a massive support right there. Is just the more people that can help test it out, help support it. Even making suggestions, pointing out where my logic might be a little off, helping out with computer programming, like there's so many ways we can support each other towards change. I'm just sort of starting a path and seeing who else wants to go on it. So thanks again for anybody that wants to support this. It's not for me. It's hopefully for the benefit of everyone. So if you see the value in it, just support it because it's going to help you out. Wouldn't you like to know how everybody's thinking? Wouldn't you like to ask the world a question that just makes them think about the answer? Peace out.